everyone, this is Jen, and today I am going to show you how I updated our front door on a budget. So this home was built in 1956, so it's a little bit old now, and I wanted to update the paint color. It was like sage bluish green before, and it was a little too dark for me. I really like pastels, and I wanted that mint green sage kind of color, a little bit of like gray to it, and so I decided to paint it. My husband wanted to actually buy and replace the door, but we looked around and it would cost $1,000 at least to replace it, and that's a little bit too much for me. And he also wanted the mail slot, so that would cost extra to have somebody cut that mail for us. And so I said, you know what, let's just paint it, okay? And so I thought about staining it, but since our home was built in the 50s, I was a little bit scared that it would have lead to it, that they use lead paint, because it has a little bit of that bubbling and like chipping paint on the bottom, and I was just like, I want to be on the safe side. Just want to assume that there's lead paint in it, and so instead of like having somebody come and, you know, like get rid of the paint, I would just paint it over. I cannot sand it. All I can do is kind of wipe it off and clean it, and then I can just paint over it. So I was very careful to not touch the paint or like chip it or sand it, something like that. And so I went to Lowe's, I got a paint. It took a little bit of time to figure out what paint color, because you know, when you have so many options, it actually gets confusing, you know, like it's almost like sometimes I'd rather have not too many options than it's not very confusing. You get very indecisive, and I'm pretty indecisive myself, so it's actually a little bit hard. And also, I want to update the doorknobs. I thought about changing all of them, replace the doorknob and the mail slot, but there's like the round metal thing around the doorknob, and I'm not sure that I should take it off and how I'm gonna replace it, that it's gonna look right. So I figured I'm just going to use rub and buff to change it to a different color. It's actually gold now, so I'm gonna use gold as well. It's called antique gold. I want to try to kind of not too brassy looking. It's more like a matte color instead of that shiny in your face gold. I don't really like it. It looks very dated, so I wanted to make sure that it's not too shiny gold. And so this is like almost like a copper, or also a little bit of that rose gold, and so I kind of like that look. And so I decided to use rub and buff. So first time, guys, so I'm not an expert. I've never used it before, but I've seen other people on Instagram use it, and I'm like, I want to try it myself. And so I decided to use it. And so if you want to learn how I update the front door on the budget, stick around and I'll show you how. Alright guys, so the paint is done, it's dry, and I'm happy with how it looks. And now I am going to do the doorknobs and the mail slot. So this is Rub and Buff right here. And so I'm gonna try to restore, it's like a wax, to restore like the gold color. And so we'll see if it works. I've never tried it before, never used it before. So we'll see what it looks like after it's done. So here's what my mail slot looked like. And here's the doorknob. I did sand it a little bit, but I could not get rid of this black spots right here. So we'll see if this would make it look like new. Okay, so I used Rub and Buff to this one. It's my first time using it, and as you can see, this spot right here, I can't get the paint to adhere. I don't know why. It's still shiny and the other ones are not. Same here, I have this spot right here that I'm trying to get the gold in, so I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna brush it this time. I rubbed it yesterday, and so this one right here, I put it in a little cap, and I'm just gonna brush it on and see how it works this time. Okay, so as you can see, I can still see through a little bit of that shiny gold underneath, but it does look better that now that I buffed it up. This one too, so I'm gonna do one more coat for this one and maybe this one. What I learned is I don't think it's gonna be perfect, like it's gonna coat everything evenly, so I'm just gonna have to, I guess, accept that fact that that's what it is. But I will try my best to put one more coat and see if I could make it look very even. So I'm going to try to buff it with this cloth. Alright guys, so this one I think I'm gonna paint too. Not quite sure though. I do like the black, but I also like the mint, so it kind of have that, or the sage, so it kind of have that pop of color in my kitchen, because right now it looks kind of blah. So we'll see. And here's the kitchen. I just love this color. I still have some touch-ups to do, and that's the handle or the doorknob. I'm so happy with the color. It just looks happy and beachy. Instead of that black one, it makes it a lot brighter. That light and airy look. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with the outcome. Here you go, guys. I love it so much. I love the door color. It really pops. It's not that sagey dark green anymore or blue. I love it. I like that it looks minty, beachy, coastal, and it looks so good against this wreath. Yeah, I'm so happy with how it turned out. And look at the mail slot and the doorknob. They look like new. And that just like, what is it, like $5 a tube? And the tube lasted, like, I just used one tube for like the mail slot, like the doorknob. I also did the one in the kitchen. I did some with these here as well, so it lasts for a long time. But here it is, guys. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you think that this video was helpful, please consider to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.